Spurs pubcast, coming to you all the way from the Barside Arms. I'm Wozza, and joining me in my beer garden for a drink is Andy. How you doing, Andy?
Yeah, I'm all right. Yeah, it's quite busy here, isn't it?
Yeah,
in the beer garden.
Having to push people out of the way.
Yeah,
you know.
I don't know what's going on. Yeah, but
how was your weekend?
Yeah, it went very quickly. Just did bits here and there, and then it was just kind of. I can't really remember what I did. Christ. Yeah, and obviously I watched a football match or two. Watched Line of Duty, of course.
Did you? Were you? I haven't watched any of those now. Yeah. I have to admit that I've never watched a single episode now.
Yeah.
Were you one of those people that were disappointed with the conclusion?
Yeah, I was a bit. I thought it was a little bit of a cop out, to excuse the pun. I thought actually, like a lot of these series, they just run on for too long, and maybe they should have, come to a conclusion a lot earlier, and they failed to do so. So, it was a bit of a shame. I still quite enjoyed the series, but I didn't think it was really as good as some previous ones.
I mean, I saw the interview with the guy that who was the big villain or whatever it is. I think the big villain of the piece, and it sounds like that. I mean, there's still capacity for them to do another series.
Yeah, there is really, because he could be just he could be bullshitting. So there's no doubt that they could do another series and find out that it isn't really him, it's someone else, of course.
And if they did another series, would you jump straight back in there and be hooked straight away?
Yeah, because I'm as fickle as I am about everything, whether it be football or television. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll totally fall for that, mate.
Yeah, well, that's
you know me. You know
brilliant.
What I'm like.
Yeah, brilliant summing up. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't. I haven't. I've not watched it, and we didn't really have any plans for yesterday, but we were hoping that, being a bank holiday, it was going to be a really nice day, and we could, I don't know, go out somewhere, spend the day out, and then the weather forecast kind of put the dampeners on that. So I've been trying to, literally. Well, no, but it wasn't that bad actually for us. It wasn't actually that bad. So, they said it was going to just chuck it down all day, and so we kind of said, well, we won't do nothing. But I think it wasn't until late afternoon that it really started to rain where we were.
Yeah.
So we probably could have, got out in the morning or something. But I ended up just we're trying to clear a garage. So garage has just been used as basically a storage space.
Yeah, like ours. Yeah.
It's got masses and masses of rubbish in it. So I've been going there every other week. I've been going to the dump, or just to get rid of bits and pieces that I've finally decided to let go of and stop being a hoarder. And, I mean, it's got to the point where the guy on the gate no longer asks me for ID.
Yeah.
They offered me, I don't know about in your dump, but they have like all the workers have like fluorescent jackets and stuff. Yeah. I was offered a fluorescent jacket over the weekend, and then
to go and work there.
Yeah, to go and work there. And I think, because I actually ended up going 4 times over the weekend, and by the 4th time, the guy said that if I went again, that they'd have to put me on the 30-day list. So that meant I wouldn't be allowed to return, I think, for another 30 days. So.
Is that because they think you're dropping off commercial stuff, or?
Well, I guess. I mean, I don't understand it really, because they ask you every time what you've got, and I just said, like, normally it's just sort of general rubbish, really.
Yeah.
So I said to him, like, the last time, I've got a bit of wood that I want to get rid of. And it was just like an old bed, effectively. Yeah. So it's quite heavy, like, loads of bits and pieces. So I'd rather be near where they put the wood. And he's going, oh, you're always bringing wood, aren't you? You always. So then that was the implication that I must have something to do with, like, I don't know, that I've got some sort of commercial thing where I'm having to get rid of wood. So, like, if you like, so at that point I said, well, this is my last visit for another couple of weeks. I said, okay, well, otherwise I'd have had to put you on the list. I'm like,
little bloody Hitler. I don't know what's going on.
Day before he's saying to me, oh yeah, you're one of my best customers and all this sort of bollocks. And then all of a sudden the day after he's like, yeah, I'm going to put you on the 30-day list. Fuck you.
I always say never trust the people at the dump. Never trust them. That's what I always say. I don't know why I
Yeah,
say it. I just say it.
yeah. No, it's a common saying, and it's well
Yeah.
founded, well
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
justified.
And so it should be. Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely. So
Not to be
anyway,
trusted, I'm afraid.
I'm banned from there by the sounds of it. So anyway,
Yeah.
onwards and upwards,
Just go
onwards
to
and
another
upwards.
dump. Just go to another dump, mate.
There is actually there is a second dump somewhere in locally, so I might try my luck there.
Actually,
So
just fly tip it. You know, that's what I say. Actually, if you
that's
can't
what I
go to
did.
a dump, fly tip it.
But that's what I did. I fly tipped it into my garage. So
Yeah,
now,
originally, yeah, that's right.
yeah. So now I've got to get rid of it.
That is the problem. That is the problem, isn't it?
Okay, so anyway, you said that you happened to watch a couple of matches over the weekend. So I'm assuming one of them was the Spurs game. So
Yep, it
yeah.
was. Yep,
So
absolutely.
let's crack on and have a chat about that then. So
Yeah.
um, what did you make of the lineup? It was like unchanged back four, and
Yeah,
still no
I thought
Dembele.
the back floor and the top ceiling, that was
Yeah,
I thought Delhi being picked was great because that meant that we had that front four that I don't think we've really seen start this season. So that was great.
mm,
So I got quite excited about that. The fact that we had Højbjerg and Lo Celso as the double pivot or whatever you want to call it. Seemed okay to me as well. So although he dropped him Dembele, I thought that was okay because I kind of like Lo Celso. He's a bit more of a kind of honest player in that kind of position, and I think Dembele in that type of position, he can have a great game, but he can also have like a totally appalling game as well.
you do
So
understand that there are a lot of Dembele disciples out there that won't have
yes,
hear a word said against him.
that's right. Yes, because he was very expensive. Yeah, I mean, he's great on the ball. I think we've said this many a time that off the ball, he's got a lot to be desired, and I'm not entirely sure deep in midfield is a great position for him. In
Mm,
the same way as I don't think Dele Alli is very good in a deep midfield. So
yeah, yeah.
um,
I think it's interesting. I think the thing about Dembele is the speed with which he recycles the ball. I just don't think
yeah,
that he moves the ball on quickly enough um, for for what Ryan Mason's looking for. And I think I was going to say,
yeah,
yeah, I just wonder if that sort of is a nod towards his playing philosophy or how he wants to play. I can't remember if it was Carragher who mentioned about you know when we played against Man City that the midfielders that were selected were clearly with the view to try and pass through Man City,
yeah,
so that and move the ball quickly, but were hiding. So like Winks, for example, was hiding. But yeah, so I wonder if that's to do with his philosophy and the fact that obviously in Dembele, when he receives it, usually receives with his back to goal, drops his shoulder a couple of times, tries to throw his marker off, you know, and doesn't necessarily take us forward unless he's
no,
actually received the ball and he's already facing in that direction where he can drive into space.
exactly. I
You
think
know,
the problem with that skill that Dembele's got, which is great to watch, and it's okay on occasion, but if you're in a deep midfield and you're trying to shake a defender off with a bit of skill and what have you, okay, you might lose it, which obviously is a bad thing. But not only that, you're not actually moving the ball away. So if
yeah,
you're not moving the ball away, all the other team are getting ready and set. So by the time you have moved the ball away, it's too late.
yeah, they've all recovered behind the ball.
Yeah,
So yeah,
yeah,
100%, 100%. So okay, so yeah, you're happy with Lo Celso in there. Back
yeah.
four, you're happy with as well.
I think so because the way that we're playing under Mason, it's a bit more offensive. So players like Dyer don't get as much pressure on them.
Mm, yeah,
And I think that kind of suits him a little bit. That might also suit Sanchez as well, because when Sanchez had that really good season, I think it was his first season, we were obviously a bit more of an offensive side under Pochettino.
oh, I thought
And,
you meant when Sanchez was playing for Ajax, he had that good season.
well, yeah, he did, didn't he? Yeah, he did. He did. But what are you trying to say?
No,
I miss your
right.
point there.
No, you're right though. When in his first season for us, I think we were, a high pressing team, weren't we? And always on, effectively always on the front foot. So, the onus really wasn't so much on defending really as defending from the
Yeah,
front.
exactly. And of course, when we had Dembele in the side, he was always picking the ball up, driving it forward, beating a player or two, passing it on. And, as good as he was at that was just so effective because you just took players out of the game. Defenses couldn't get set, and our attacking players could really go for it. So, I think we kind of miss a bit of that. But I thought Aurier had a brilliant game. Reggie, I think he's just having a bit of a bad patch at the moment. Yeah. I think he needs to reset and start again for next season. Toby was pretty good. But all in all, we played Sheffield United, of course, probably the worst team in the league. And we were on the front foot all the time. I thought we were good. It was really enjoyable to watch for once. Just it was fun to be able to watch a game that Spurs were in, that we were actually the ones taking control. The other team were being put to the sword, and it was very enjoyable.
Good. So I mean, as you say, we were on the front foot. So do you think that Sheffield United were that bad, or were we that good? I can't. There's a lot of the obvious is when, depending on who the team is, if they play well, it's because the other team have played badly. But did Sheffield United play really that badly, or did we make them play badly by how well we played? Because I thought we were really aggressive. We pressed high. We were on the front foot at the beginning, and we stayed on the front foot. So.
Yeah, exactly. I think the pressing high thing is it really suits our team. It's what it's played. A lot of those players there 5 years ago were doing that under Pochettino, and they, over the last 18 months under Mourinho, they've been doing a bit less pressing, not as much aggression in the final third of the pitch, and just inviting pressure onto them all the time. So I think what we were doing was actually pushing Sheffield United back a bit. And the problem with Sheffield United is, although they've got some fairly competent ball players and they're quite aggressive themselves, they don't really have an outball. So Ryan Brewster and the other guy up front, can't remember his name. McGoldrick.
That's it.
Yeah, they just were getting isolated totally, and they couldn't get the ball, so it was always just coming back to us. It was easy. It was just easy for us to control the ball.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think first half, I think we moved the ball around without taking the opportunities that arose. We threatened, and I think it was good to see. I think Bale's goal opening the scoring kind of, we needed that goal certainly in the first half, because it put a different complexion on the game. I think if we'd gone 45 minutes of dominating possession without getting that goal, then that may have given a different mindset to Sheffield United for the second half. So, I mean, let's talk about Bale's goal. I thought it was well taken, and it was assisted by that creative genius that is Aurier.
Yeah, that's right, Mr. I mean, Hoddle must have looked at that pass and thought, Christ, how did he do that? But no, I thought the good thing about Bale, and I think we saw this in the Southampton game as well, is that Bale he seems to be rejuvenated with Jose not there. I don't know whether that's because he feels a weight's off his shoulders because he doesn't have to track back as much, or he's actually playing. And it looks like he just really wants to go for it. And